Agua. Right. I've drawn a little sketch. Got an horizontal line there. That's going to be a bit of bank. That's a bit of ground. Right. Let's just get straight in. Yeah. Bit of colour in there like that. That'll do me. I think I'm going to leave the water for a bit. Right, so that's that. I think I'm going to get a bit of a, try and mix a bit of a grey colour. Just a little bit of a grey colour to go in there. I'm mixing some Payne's grey and a bit of purple. See what that, oh that's perfect, look at that. See that? I like muddy colours, look at that, it's muddy colour, muddy sky, I like that. See muddy, muddy colours, so don't mix mud, but they're a bit underrated I think. It's like, if you use your really bright strong colours, things sometimes look a little bit cartoony, right? Now don't get me wrong, I like my cartoons as much as the next man, right? But I don't want my paintings to look cartoony. There we are, I've just put, that looks like a hint of a few little white clouds in there. Right, I'll tell you what, let's go straight down to my water. Tell you what, I'm going to use this great big brush. Got a great big spiky brush now. I'm doing my water with that, so it's basically, my water is a bit of that blue, a bit of that purple. So I come in here, it's mainly that blue to be fair. Come in there with that like that. Sort of like that. There's a lot of get some more of that blue. Oh no, that's too wet. There's a lot of this like splashy, wavy stuff going on. Right, I'm going to come in same stuff. This one a little bit wetter. In here now. Let's get this a bit wetter. There we are. Same colour. Nice bit of that light pale blue. A little bit of that grey colour mixed in. Maybe it's a little bit like that. Look. That's nice. Right, now I'm going to have some trees up here, so I think I might as well put them in a dark muddy green, so they sort of coming in there. These trees, sort of, probably like that actually, reflecting about like that. Something like that. To here, sort of break up. So I'll go into this stuff then. And this stuff's all breaking up, look. Back into my blues. It's all, this is like a fairly fast moving. Well, not, no, it's not fast moving, it's not moving anyway. It's just the wind's hitting this bit here. And the wind's breaking it all up. And then it's a bit more stiller up this side. Touch more blue on there. Let's bring a few blue streaks into that there. Into there. That's it. I think that's better. That's looking. And then it goes smoother on this bit though. That bit's a lot smoother. There we are. Quite happy with that. That'll do. Right. Let's get a spiky brush. Right. Spiky brush now. I need some bright bushes down here. Now these can be slightly cartoony colour because these are really, really bright. So I'm going to put these in really bright. So I mix up, it's mainly yellow, there's a bit of green in there. It's mainly yellow. I'll put some darker colours on top in a minute. That goes up there and then it comes right down there. And there like that. And there's sort of a bit of something there. Like that. So, and that one's down there. And all these are little across here. To about there. It's sort of a bit repetitive, but I'm just doing it the same as in the picture. There we are, something like that. I think what I'll do is just a few more hints of that. In there. Just a few. Not much. It's mainly these taller trees what's going to be reflecting in, right? So now I need a really grubby green now. That, I think what I've mixed is perfect. These coming up here like this. There's a few of these. Quite a few of these in here. Them there are slightly lighter in colour for some reason, probably a bit more lighty to them or something. Don't know. Okay, just copy it a bit. It varies. It makes it a bit more interesting anyway, so I'll go with that. But then they seem to go back darker again, so whack a bit more dark back in. These get littler down here now. They've gone a bit darker again, something like that. Plenty of dark down in here, look. I'm dipping into mud really. I've got a load of mud mixed again, so just from an old painting. There's all mud in my palette, so dipping into that to get these bits here. A bit more green. Oh, there's one here. Quite a sparse looking thing. Is sparse a word? Right, sparse. Not much on it. I mean, there's a couple here. That's all on there and all. And then some of this all in here, mixed in here like that one. Pop a bit of something there and a bit of something back there. That was all mud in there. That's it. Now then, this mud colour, I'm lightening it up slightly. This mud colour. Come in, there's a dark bit down here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go jet black near enough for that. And then lightening it back up again. Just coming in these bottom bits here like this. Something about like that. For them bits. And then got a bit of a mixture on here. Light and dark. Keep swapping my brush around. One's got a bit of water on, one's just got more paint on. Yeah, do a bit more of this. Try that. Quite good, isn't it? Yeah, that's not bad. When that's dry, I'll go back into that and put some more in. Right. This bit here now, there's some really bright greens on that. So I'll whack them in. And these are just coming up here like this. Just dampen my brush a little bit. There wasn't quite enough water on my brush there, so put a bit more on. Yeah, I quite like these. A lot of these gaps, what's left, where you can see through them. I like that. Like this here, that's land. The land, yeah, the land's all. Tell you what, there's some really bright green. I don't know if they're bulrushes or something. Not sure what they are, but there's some bright green long grasses on that front bit there. And this is probably grasses, perhaps. Not sure. Okay, to let that dry. I'll probably end up going over some of that. Right. I'll leave this. That fell down a bit. This green on my brush. I'll leave that on my brush. So I'll get another brush now. I want to mix some light creamy colour for there. So get a load of light reddish brown colour and mix it in with some lemon yellow. Let's see if we can mix a clean cream colour. Just like that. Perfect. Shall I let that dry a bit? Or shall I come straight in with something else? Let's go straight in with something else. So, take that cream colour. Try and chisel my brush a bit. And this will soften in. A bit of Bon Umber in there, look. Yeah, I'll soften some of that in. Nice. Some of that in there. No. Soften in there. Some. Like blades of grass and that, so there'd be little rocks and bits, then big blades of grass. Right, so that's that. Now I'm going into some really dark now. I'll just dip my brush in water, soften this in. Right, this brush, some little rocks and stuff in there. Try and get your rocks to go sort of up that way. Because your beach is slanting up. Water's always at the lowest point, you see. So if your beach slants up there, if your beach slants up, your water's going to be at the lowest bit. Right, that's that. I'll tell you what I might do. Say big in there. Get a big rock there. Yep. I think this wants to be a little bit darker. Oh yes. Don't think I'm going to scrape any rocks in there. I think that probably looks like rocks anyway. Probably. I hope so. There we are, some more bits of grass in there. What's that? Right. Oh, just looking at this, I want to get this same colour. I'm just gonna. I might be overworking this now, but in this one there's a lot of stuff like this going on. Trying to get this sort of rough look what's on this water. I've got that black on there, where I've gone back into a blue now and all. And I keep dipping into just water, softening it all down. It sort of just comes all the way across here, just this bit here. And then it sort of goes on this very front bit. There must be a bit less wind and it sort of goes smooth again. So like around here. So it was quite smooth. Right, a little bit. Add some more water. This is further away, so your little wrinkles and ripples, they'd be smaller. So like them little ones made just with a brush right in distance there, they're going to look pretty accurate because they're so far away, isn't it? Alright, I'll tell you. No. Just get just some water and just sort of do something like that. So you can soften in if you think it's a bit too much. There. Right, I'm going to have the complete dry now and then start building some layers up on it. In fact, this here is looking way too strong. What was I thinking? No, not to worry. Some softening. That's what it's all about. Looking. Is it too strong? Is it too weak? Sit back, have a look, and then I'll alter it a bit. Innit? Right, so look at that. Now then, get all the dry on. First thing what I want to do is put a bit more stuff in there, so it'll bring that, probably bring that looking a bit closer, but that's what I think it needs, and then I'll have to bring that really close. So if I get some of that, go on that colour, and just build that up like that, a bit in there like that. In there like that. That'll bring that closer. Right, I think what I'm going to do exactly the same in here. Nice bright colour. They looking a bit dull to me. They are, so you come in with a bright colour, top them up. Let's give them a top up. Go in there like that. Is that dropping? There it is. Ooh, I nearly put a big splab of paint on then. Right, so there's some of that there. There's all these grasses in here. Brighten them up a bit. That's it. That's looking nicer, isn't it? And then go into some even more yellow. Brighten it right up now. These bits here. Come in just with yellow. Brighten them right up. Just on these few here. There is some grasses in here, but I think it's going to look better without them, to be honest. So I'll just leave that as rocks. Yeah. Right, so that's that. Get that dry. So some of these little, see that, them little dots on there, that's damaged paper, because it's just really cheap cartridge paper what I'm using. So if you want to paint this sort of style, you can get away with it on really cheap paper. I'm going to build that up a bit more. Some of that. More in there. Right, now I need some dark green now. I'll mix up a load of dark green. So I've got some Hooker's green. There's some mud in there from all the paintings, and then I've put some. I'm putting some burnt umber in, not really mucky it up, take it quite dark. That's pretty nice. Let's come in with that and see what that does. What I'm going to do with that is try and smudge it a bit with my fingers, soften it a little bit. Get that all dry. If you don't keep drying, you don't build up your layers of paint, you just end up smudging in and smudging in. So keep drying. Right, in here, is that darker? That's got to be darker than my original. It is. So that's okay for in there. I'll stand back in a minute and see if that is actually dark enough. Is it? Slightly darker. Right on these bottom bits here. If I look on the original, these bits right in this bottom bit are really a bit. I could do a bit of finger painting on that. Blend it. I'll still say a little bit darker. Right down in this bottom bit, it's really dark. Right, I'll leave that at that then. So then, same in here, there's some, it's not even a green anymore, it's just it's a burnt umber and bits of black, that's what it is. Burnt umber and bits of Payne's grey. Smudge it. This sort of dries it a bit as well when you do this. Oh, that's perfect. Right, we'll just pop in a few. Not much. Little blades of grass in there. Not much. There we are. Perfect. It's not looking bad at all, that. Definitely getting there. Thinking maybe tiny bit more muck in here, a bit stronger. See, I'm just, by doing these little details now, I'm bringing it a bit closer. But you've got to not go menstruals with him. There's a saying, fiddling is for violinists. What play Irish music, that's fiddling, not artists. Get that. I'm going to bring this closer by putting a few real dark bits into these rocks. Hopefully to make this look really close. Tell you what I could do. Always works well. Just on the chisel that brush a bit. Just on these end bits here. They always do well to have a couple of really dark bits in there. So that's that. Oh, I know what I've got to do. I knew there was something. Right. I need pretty much I think a darkish green for this. And then I might dab some highlighty green in with it. In here, look. You've got to pop these reflection of these trees in. A bit of light green blended in with this. I think it's mainly dark green. That's not quite gone in a straight line, so I'll smudge it. There we are, that's good. In fact, that looks nice, that's smudging. Just softening it a bit. I think I've about pulled it off. I think I've about got a sort of rough looking lake with some reflections and stuff in. Just chiselled that brush with just some water, because in fact, use this brush. Use this brush. Just soften some of that in. All these colours can blend a bit. This stuff's further away, you see, so I want a softer look on this where it's further away, and then it will gradually get stronger as it gets in closer. So if I just do that, should do my job for me. There we are. That'll do. Right. There's Peter. There's Paul. They're both flying around looking for worms. There's Buh. Oh, there's the boy, delete, delete. There's Birdie. It looks like it could do with flattening a bit. The paper's cockled a lot, but see, I put that under a book and get it all flattened out, and then frame it. There you are. It's these little speckles here. The paper's still wet. When that's dry, brush that off with your hand or whatever. Like sound that. Yeah, on the picture you couldn't see any twigs or out in there, but if you want some, put some in. Put a few in there if you want some. You couldn't see them on the picture. I've left them out, but so sometimes makes things more interesting than that. The world's your lobster, so just do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Trying not to fiddle too much. Fiddling's for violinists. The more strokes you take, the more chance you're going to die. The more strokes you have, the more chance you're going to die, innit? That looks further than that. That looks closest of all. Elucidation of depth. Why, see you on beach, innit?